first African leader to be honored by the United States of America, we are now seeing jealousy emerging on the side of African leadership, as many presidents who have clinched into power have not reached where President Ruto is now at this moment. United States visitation have come out with a very good news in our country, and Ruto's visitation to United States of America have bared now fruit. Believe me or not, that US to designate Kenya as a NATO ally during Ruto's state visit. And that is the breaking news we are having up to this moment. Now, reporting we are receiving furthermore is still proceeding with us here, that reporting from the White House on Thursday morning, Al Jazeera's Kimberly Halkett said Ruto's visit also marks 60 years of diplomatic ties and cooperation between the United States and Kenya. So Kenya have been recognized as the best country for Joe Biden and to be designed as non-NATO ally. That is very interesting. I want us to take a look and listen to this video again. After that, we are going to proceed with our analysis.
President Biden has welcomed Kenya's president to the White House for a 3-day state visit. William Ruto is the first leader of an African country to receive the honor of a state visit since 2008. The two leaders will hold formal talks, of course, and conduct a joint news conference tomorrow before tomorrow evening's state dinner. Back in 2022, Biden promised to visit Africa, but other priorities and obligations have since gotten in the way, including the Israel-Hamas war and an ongoing, long-fought legislative battle to renew funding for Ukraine. Weijia Jiang joins us now from the White House. Weijia, why is this particular state visit prominent and important on the president's schedule?
Well, Major, the president literally rolled out the red carpet for the president of Kenya for a variety of reasons. One, as you mentioned, he was supposed to go to Africa last year. It was a promise and a promise broken. And he really wants to show that the U.S. values relationships with the country there, not only for its own purposes, which, of course, the president talked about, partnerships with regard to climate change and technology. In fact, they met with tech executives. But, Major, every time we are talking about this president's foreign policy, you can't not talk about China. And in recent years, especially, Beijing has invested tens of billions of dollars into Africa to try to bolster that relationship. And the U.S. recognizes that. And so because this is another level of competition with China that has very clear aspirations on the world stage, it is important for the U.S. to try to match at least this courtship, which is why we are seeing this 3-day visit from the president of Kenya.
Speaking of aspirations today, Norway, Ireland, and Spain formally recognized a Palestinian state. I say aspiration because it is an aspirational entity. A Palestinian state does not yet exist. How did the Biden administration respond?
Well, the administration, including the National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, says that it is up to every country to make this decision. But certainly in a statement, the president expressed dismay without doing so explicitly, saying that he believes that a Palestinian state should be realized through direct negotiations between the parties and not through unilateral recognition. And that is because the U.S. has really been trying to broker a broader peace deal, not only between Israel and Palestine, but to try to normalize relations between Saudi Arabia and Israel. And there's a big question about what happens when more and more countries, especially allies of the U.S., continue to recognize Palestine as a state. And Jake Sullivan acknowledged today that the U.S. has concerns, he said, that Israel seems to be becoming more and more isolated, and that the administration has expressed to the Israeli government that that is worrisome when it comes to its ultimate security in the future. Major.
Weijia Jiang at the White House. Thank you very much.
You've listened to that video. You've watched whatever is now taking place. For long analysis, many people have waited for this. Kenyans were asking themselves, Yes, our president have paid a visit to US. What are the benefits it is going to bring back to us? Apart from urge those who are living in diaspora that to prepare and urge their colleagues that our country cannot be built based on tax or taxation. And I said it that Ruto is planning to increase tax on internet, on data, on Safaricom, on M-Pesa for us to build our country. But that is none of our business, because our main concern here is what are the benefits we get from this US visitation. You watch even how Ruto is received in United States of America. So amazing. I know some people will become jealousy and say that this was just a kind of puppet receiving, or a kind of hypocrisy he was showing to United States of America. The truth of the matter today, I want to differ with other political analysis, is that Ruto is trying to fix a particular element, and he always desire to do it. So Kenya is now being designated as an NATO ally on its United States visitation. Before I carry on, ladies and gentlemen, as usual, kindly, if this might be your first time watching me as Azam Kenya TV YouTube channel, just take a quick second and click that notification bell and subscribe to our channel. Then after that, like our videos, drop your opinion at the comment section below. Again, I want to appreciate members for their great support to this channel. Let's proceed. Ruto's visitation is now imagining when we have deployed 200 police officers to Haiti. Of which that is the first the agreement which they made with His Excellency Joe Biden. Global influence is now embarked to us. And according to whatever I'm now seeing going to happen, is that this is just the beginning. The good relationship with the United States of America and Kenya is going to emerge. So influential, as Kenya is going to be recognized as the first African country by the United States of America. The problem we have in our country is that we make quick judgment, or the problem we have in Africa is making quick judgment. Today I want to boil the same boat with President Ruto on what he have done. US visitation. It's so amazing. In fact, the photos I'm just displaying, there's no any other president who have been received in Africa as compared to President Ruto, if I'm not wrong. Kibaki went, the late, was not received as the Ruto. Uhuru Kenyatta paid a visit during Trump time. He was not received as Ruto. What about other president like Kagame, who is going against Ruto's visitation? This can tell you that Ruto is a leader who is having a vision impact to our country. So US visitation is very clear that it is bearing fruit to our country. Apart from Kenya being designated as a NATO ally, we are going to receive so many business counterparts. We are going to interact with several leaders. And let's hope that in any case Raila Odinga will also be declared in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, come next year, Feb. Then it's going to be now wonderful, because we are going to remain as African who are now can work globally and form good relationship to our country. For those who are doubting that Ruto is going to to ask Biden on how he can tax Kenyans, I was just perusing also on social media. Let us urge each other that we sometimes need to appreciate for anything happening in our country. And again, there's word of wisdom that I want to oze, is that this visitation have now come to pass, as tomorrow I think will mark the end of Ruto's visitation. By just the following day he will be back in the country, if I'm not wrong. But there's some movement which we have seen, even China is going against this. And according to that CBS News have just displayed, is also capturing Ruto on US visitation. So it means Ruto have bring political relationship in Africa together with the United States of America. So this will mark the end as US President Biden welcomes Kenyan counterpart to White House, pledging to deepen economic ties and investment, as I have just said. So it's also economic ties and 60 years of diplomatic ties. This is so amazing, and let's wait and see if all these promises are going to fulfill. As you know, words are always made for for civilization. We expect much to be done in our country by United States of America, and we hope that jealousy is not going to embark in African leaders to go against President Ruto's US visitation. They can as well also pay a visit. Ruto have done his part and he was expecting that. The message for Kenyans is that I've said United States of America is also forming economic ties with our country. We also expect our economy to grow stronger, as it was earlier before, and we expect so many things is going to change on United States of America Ruto's visitation. We again expect Joe Biden to land in the country. The first time he landed in Nairobi was he was the vice president, if I'm not wrong. We also expect him very soon before he retires to land in our country with a good news. This marks the end of our analysis, as this good news is reaching to us at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, Ruto's visitation have been now concluded that it bears fruit to our country, and let's hope for the best on this fruit we are waiting to eat together as a country. My name is Charles, and all the best for next analysis.